It's almost spooky season, and we've got a big bag of sweet games to talk about, including some new releases and some highly anticipated horror on the horizon.
Plus, we had game showcases from both Sony and Xbox showing off a bunch of new exciting stuff. We're going to talk about all this and a whole bunch more right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of Gaming News Weekly, the best weekly video game news show out there. Every single Monday, we're bringing you all the biggest news from the video game industry. You can find us on YouTube and podcast services everywhere. My name is ROG the Red, and as always, I'm joined by this dude right here, Mr. Full Clip. What is up, dude? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm great. The Bills just won their game. They're still undefeated, so that was really exciting. And on top of that, there's so much cool video game shit to talk about this week. I'm super excited.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm giddy, you could say. Giddy.
Nice. So how many games endo is that right now?
Quattro.
4? Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yep, they've had a
They
pretty
play next week as well?
easy schedule. Yes. I forgot who they're playing next week. I think it's they played against the Saints this week. They were like the heavy favorites, and they looked like crap, but they still won handily. So it was good. It was not an enjoyable game to watch, but they still won and crushed the Saints. But they should have like really crushed them. So it was like it was like one of those. But yeah. What have you been up to? Anything fun?
Well, it's a day off for me. I haven't had one in a little while. It was a 70-hour work week since Monday.
Come on,
It's
dude.
A little worse than usual.
That's
yeah,
rough.
but
I mean, what about all the millions that we're making from this show? I mean,
you think I wouldn't have to work? I mean, we're getting those bucks to shill for the big gaming companies, like all the positive things we're going to say about like EA today. Yeah. Even though I had a busy work week, I was still able to grind out about 15 hours. I did my homework for once. I went and played Skate. Attaboy.
15 hours, so you're enjoying it. How does it, being a Tony Hawk guy, how does it compare? How are you enjoying it compared to that?
All right. In the beginning, I'm not going to lie, it was a little frustrating that the controls are so different, and the way you have to approach it's different. I've never played a skate game before, so I really didn't know, like, what are you really supposed to do here?
Right.
I knew it was supposed to be a little more technical and everything. And, once I kind of calmed down, decided that it wasn't about doing, like, 75 trick combos most of the time. It's more about, like, in this one at least, it's more about going up to the spot, and then these things change every once in a while, and then you're trying to hit a bunch of objectives, like making sure you do a 360 spin, making sure you do a couple flip tricks, and then like grind a certain distance in some sort of combo. And then if you get all that, you get these points and you get to unlock stuff. But I'm going to say like 15 hours in, I'm starting to hit the point where I'm looking around the map and I'm almost out of things to do, or there's just, not that much more that's going to interest me. And the whole purpose of it, I've got 3 out of the 4 places unlocked so far, and I'm like mid-level on all of them or higher. I'm getting to the point where I'm realizing like the whole Skinner box of this thing is you do those challenges, but you're getting less and less reward if you have to redo them, even though they're coming back up for the first time of the day or whatever. So it's going to take longer and longer to unlock these loot boxes. The loot boxes give you interesting stuff, but you're only going to be interested in like 10% of it or less. And if you actually went out and spent some money on this stuff and bought your nice Grim Reaper costume, or I think there's one where you're like a giant T-bone steak or something, if you actually go and spend money on those things, then the unlockable cosmetics in the game are useless because you're going to want to roll around in the ones you paid for.
Yeah.
So it is early access. We'll give it that. Like you said last week, the world starts to feel a little empty once you've kind of grinded out all the challenges on the map. So I'm looking forward to more and see what else is there going to be.
Yeah, like especially like in the trailer, they show like all this insane stuff and like this giant sandbox for you to play in, and it feels it like it's not all there. So we gotta again, like you said, it's early access. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully, they can build off of it. But yeah, I agree. It's like, what is the goal? Especially when, like you said, there's a whole shop full of cosmetics, t-shirts, sneakers, and stuff to wear. But yeah, if you could look like a pickle, if you could just skate around as a pickle, like who's gonna want a cool t-shirt or whatever? I don't know. Right. I don't know if there's a pickle in the game, but there should be. If there's not, make it happen. EA.
Yeah, I'm sure there will. I mean, there's a lot of potential with this game if they wanted to. If you're going to Fortnite this game, I think that's okay. It's not a shooter that's like pretending to be realistic and everything. If you could be Goku or a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle on a skateboard doing stupid tricks, that's fine with me.
The Turtles makes perfect sense. Just have a whole bunch of Ninja Turtles skating around. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I could see that happening. Definitely, probably sooner than later, especially if, some of this news that we're going to talk about later takes place. I got listen to this game, dude. You ready for this? Deconstruction Simulator, dude. So it's not a construction simulator. It's a deconstruction simulator. This is from our friends over at Playway and then Games Incubator. They've been doing a ton of these simulator games. This one is a lot of fun. So you're running your own like house demolition service. So basically you got to like strip these houses, and from like there will be jobs you take, and they're like, okay, I want these few things out of the house I want to keep. The rest is yours. Either destroy it, keep it, whatever you want. So you could go through and like kind of look to see what's worth money. If there's like furniture, whatever, you have to disassemble it, and like with screwdrivers and stuff, you disassemble it, put it in a box. Everything else is like in the house. There's like computers or video game things or books or figurines, and you have these big totes, and you fill up totes. If you want to keep them, you don't have to. You could destroy them with everything. And then you could either go through, and you could be so meticulous. You could disassemble the sheets of drywall, take it with you, and store it in your warehouse. If the house is made of bricks, you could take every single brick, put it on a pallet, and take it with you. Same thing with the lumber. You could take all the lumber out, or you could just get a wrecking ball and completely just demolish the whole thing and then clean up afterwards. So everything in it has value. So then, like, say you take like a stove or a refrigerator, some chairs back to your warehouse. So you could have it there, and then you sell it online, and you could ship it out to people if they want it. So there's all this stuff that does have value, but it's like also your time is money. Like, how much time do you want to keep putting into there? How many truckfuls of stuff do you want to take to your warehouse and back, because your gas is part of that, your time is part of that. So it's a really cool hook the way that it works out. Like, there's some times where I'm like, that's a really cool dresser and it's worth $150. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to disassemble it with all the screws, all the pieces, and take it apart. So it's a cool idea. Then you just build it. You build your warehouse to have more space, your bigger trucks, more equipment, so you could destroy things faster. So it's a very well-made game. The jank level is right where you'd expect it. Average, no really game breakers for me. I haven't gotten stuck in the ground or in a wall or things that I need disappear. So that's good. So yeah, I'm having fun with it, man. Like, this has been the year of simulators for me, where I'm finding really, really great ones that I'm actually enjoying spending my time in those worlds. The only problem with this one for me is, so I'm playing it on my Steam Deck. I boot it up, and it immediately it sounds like a plane is taking off, dude. My fan kicks into high gear, and I look at like my battery level, and it shows my estimated time. I'm at 100% battery. It's like 33 minutes of game time. Like, it's so intense, and that's on running with the frames capped at 30. Like, that's with the I play, bits and pieces, or I'll sit there with it plugged in and I'll play it that way. But yeah, man, it's sucking the power right out of that thing. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Just like a recent release.
Yes, it came out on the 23rd.
Gotcha.
So
maybe a little optimization left to do there then.
Yeah, and they've been, dude, every time I go play it, there's a new update. So they're definitely tweaking things, fixing bugs. So hopefully they do optimize it, because it is, it's one of the few simulator games that came out with a playable tag for the Steam Deck on Steam Marketplace, which is very rare. Usually it's like, we'll get to it maybe. So yeah, it's very interesting. It's fun to smash stuff, and but it's like there are times where it's incredibly boring when you're disassembling the furniture or the walls. It's literally like just like you watch a screwdriver do this, or like a spatula thing, like kind of tweak. So it's like you can buy upgrades to speed that process up. So like there are times where like I was playing it and I'm literally like falling asleep because I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Or I'm just holding the trigger to swing a sledgehammer. Like it's definitely, there's a time and place for it. So yeah.
Sounds interesting. I don't think I've heard of this one, but I find it cool that you can disassemble the smallest things to the whole house. And I like the take every brick and put it on a pallet and sell it online aspect, because I feel like I would be grinding the hell out of that for money.
Dude, that's the thing.
So
yeah, there's times where I'm like, maybe I'll just take a couple pallets of bricks to make some extra money, like, but you have all this space in your warehouse for it. Like I'm at the point now where I have all the like chairs and appliances and stuff, like they sit on pallets in your warehouse, and my thing is full. So I'm like, I really need to either sell stuff or get a bigger warehouse. So now I'm just like smashing the crap out of like washing machines and refrigerators, which is fun in its own right. So yeah, and it's only right now it's $13.49 on Steam. It's on sale, introductory 10% off. So regularly $14.99. So it's not gonna break the bank, and you could smash stuff. Check it out. All right, well, let's get into some new releases, because there's some exciting new games from this past week. All right, first up, Baby Steps came out September 23rd on PC and PS5. This is one that I've been excited to see for a long time, since it was announced. This is the latest game from what's his name, Bennett Foddy. He did Getting Over It or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is the latest one of that. Basically, it's a literal walking simulator where you are in charge of this guy's body. It's all physics based. So it's like each movement you make with the controller, like one, you plant your foot. Next, like you lift your leg, extend your leg, set your leg down, and then do it with the other one. And it's like, so it's all with triggers and with the joypads, and it's just like a literal open world. You go through and you walk through and you meet people, and there's some sort of a story, I guess. I don't know. The one thing that I love about it is that you're wearing a onesie, and there is a onesie soilage system that was developed for this game where your onesie gets dirtier. And it shows. So, points right there. What do you think of this game?
Yeah, from what I read about it, and I immediately got those vibes of Getting Over It. What I read about it, I think the storyline or something is you're climbing a mountain in the overall scheme of things. So it's a bit like Getting Over It in that sense, where there is like this apex for you to hit, but all the mishaps that you're going to have trying to control the dude and all the little missteps and stuff like that, you're going to fall back down and lose a lot of progress. Sure. So it's a really fun game to watch people play. Yeah. If you like people getting, infuriated over it. I don't know if I'd want to play it myself, but just like Getting Over It, I'm sure I'm going to watch some people play it and have some good times.
Yeah, there is on PlayStation Plus Premium, they have like game trials. And there is a hour-long game trial, so you could play it for an hour on there. And I almost downloaded it just to check it out, which I probably still will. It's a free hour of the game, see what it's all about. It's a cheap game. I think it's less than $20. So I want to see how hard it is, because those games are always like so punishingly difficult.
Yes.
So this one is currently at a 75 on OpenCritic. So right there, right about where I would have expected it to be, considering, I mean, it does have the onesie soilage system though, so maybe extra points there. The next game is Silent Hill F. This came out on September 25th on PC, PS5, Xbox S, and X. This is a brand new entry into the Silent Hill series. It's a standalone game set in a small Japanese town in the 60s, and it looks beautiful. Like, there is definitely a correlation between like the beauty and the horror and how it kind of goes together. Like, like the Silent Hill, like at a certain point that fog washes over everything and the scary stuff, comes out. Because this one, it has like, everything you've seen. It's got like the cherry blossoms coming through and the flowers that are, you associate with a Japanese village, and then like creepy, super scary things that want to kill you. But yeah, it's basically, so it's melee only in this one, and then it's a lot of puzzle solving. So you're going through mostly, trying to get from point A to point B by solving puzzles. And there's the focus is on the story for this one. It's very, very heavily, I forget who wrote this story. It's like some guy who's known for like his video game stories. I don't remember. It was like something. Oh. Anyways, it's supposed to be really good. It's at an 87 on OpenCritic right now. So it's probably one of the best Silent Hill games review-wise. So yeah, it looks good. Maybe for E-Rocktober, I'll get real spooky with it.
Oh, yeah.
I doubt it, dude. This one looks real creepy. Then we've got Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Also came out on the 25th on all the things. So you got land, sea, air, space, time. What? Yeah. All the things. 24 tracks, 15 different crossworlds. This is what they're calling, so that you're on the track and all of a sudden there's like this teleporter thing that opens up and it takes you to this other land, which is in some other dimension. I don't know how it works. There's 23 Sega characters, 45 vehicles, 70 gadgets. We've already seen a bunch of like guest characters being announced as unlockables, DLC, that sort of thing. This game is, I mean, they're throwing shade at Mario Kart, and supposedly rightfully so, because they're saying this game is one of the best kart racing games of all time. It's at an 83 right now on OpenCritic, and it had me looking at the price for it yesterday, and it's expensive. It's more expensive than I want to pay for a kart racer. But like watching the trailers, it looks really, really awesome. I got FOMO, so I don't know. What do you think?
How's it hold up to the racer with the Shrek car with the logs and boogers and snot?
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew that's your bar. That is like the full clip. If you don't have Shrek's boogers in it, why even exist? Or like American Dad or whatever. Remember?
Yeah.
You were like, I gotta play the Family Guy kart racer. It's got King of the Hill in it.
Oh yeah, all the Fox.
Yeah. But yeah, this one would. How do you feel about? I know, like you and I, we're not Sonic guys. We never got in there. But like, would you check out this racer?
God, I haven't played a kart racer game in a very long time. Yeah. It's something that I'm not against, but like I could see myself picking up maybe a Hot Wheels game or something before getting into these.
Sure. This one has like I did look at some of the guests, like some Minecraft. There's like a creeper or something you could play as. They did announce like a Mega Man thing during, I think it was during the Sony State of Play, a Mega Man one, so you could have Proto Man and like whatever. So that looks cool. I'm excited for them to keep adding cool characters to that. So we'll see how it fleshes out. Could this be the best kart racer come You know, I mean, we just had Mario Kart World come out earlier this year. Like it's going to be interesting to see which one takes the game award. You know,
Yeah.
because you never thought it would be unseated, except for the Family Guy, King of the Hill, or Shrek Booger Racer. So
Yeah.
And then real quick, let's just talk about Hades 2. Came out of early access finally, and the reviews are glowing. 92 right now on OpenCritic, talking about Game of the Year candidate. So, I mean, if you've played Hades 1, it's just more of the same. Different characters, though, but same kind of gameplay. It's been out in early access for a long time, like maybe 8 months. I don't know. It's been a long time. I forgot that it wasn't even officially out until I started seeing the reviews. I'm like, wait, didn't we already do this? So yeah, I don't know how that works.
I haven't really been following this one or the first one either, but somebody I know was like trying to tell me all about it, but like lore dropping. I guess there's a lot to the storyline, and I was kind of lost in the mix there.
Yeah, if you're into like gods and mythology and that stuff, like that's all this is, and it's got a lot of like really cool stuff in there, especially with the powers that the characters get. They're fun games. I absolutely recommend them. I haven't gotten into Hades 2 yet, but the first Hades was a blast. All right, well, that is it for this week's new releases. It's time to get into our news of the week. All right, so the big story this week is some showcases. Mainly the Sony State of Play took place, and then Tokyo Game Show was going on during this weekend, and Xbox did have a little showcase over there. So let's kick things off with the Sony State of Play. It was about 35 minutes, just a ton of trailers, a bunch of stuff that we knew was coming out, some new announcements, but it was cool. Like pretty much everything, as I'm watching it, almost everything had a release date. It was really cool to see them do that. The main one, though, we'll get right into it. The big one, Wolverine, was finally shown. I mean, this seems like it's been a long time that I've been waiting for this moment. They finally showed off gameplay, and it was very violent, very bloody, very exciting. Now, you know, I'm a big comic book guy. Very excited for this one. I want to hear from you, not a comic book guy. What were your thoughts on this one? Do you think, is this something that you're looking forward to?
I think so. And that's coming from somebody who hasn't played one of these comic book hero games in general in a long, long time. It does look good. I watched the one that was sort of like the behind the scenes kind of trailer with the people who made the game talking about it. Yeah. The first words out of the guy's mouth were like, "Oh, it's violent. It's very, very violent." Yeah, it's gonna lend more to the comic book version of Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's gonna be wild. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I liked that as a comic book
fan. The yellow.
Yeah, they had like that in there. So, but then they also had, you know, wife beater. I don't know if we still call them that. Is that derogatory?
We call them wife respecters.
Okay. But yeah, he's on his motorcycle, you know, just clawing people up. But yeah, that looks great. That we didn't get, it was one of the few that didn't have a date, but we did see fall 2026 as a release window, and they announced that we'll see more sometime in spring 2026. And then the other big one, they showed off Saros. This is the next game from Housemarque after Returnal. And this one, we did get a release date, March 20th, 2026. And this game looked fantastic. Like the graphics in it were gorgeous. I never played Returnal, and everybody says I'm crazy for not having played Returnal, but I may have to check that one out. And this is not related to that, but I guess they're kind of similar in some respects. I mean, Housemarque has always been about doing the the scores, like getting the high scores and that sort of thing. And this kind of has that arcade kind of shmup style, same as Returnal, but now in with a big storytelling game. So yeah, it's got that guy in it from those shows.
That thing.
Yeah, Rahul Kohli. He's from all the Mike Flanagan. If you ever watch any of the Mike Flanagan shows on Netflix, Midnight Mass and the one really scary one, he's in those. Anyways, what else? The Battlefield 6 campaign. We got to look at that. That looked really good. Like initially, it was like, okay, Battlefield 6, like the multiplayer looks awesome. It's going to be great. And then they dropped the campaign, and I'm like, this looks really awesome too. Like I think it looked better than the campaign stuff we saw for Call of Duty with the Fear World and stuff like that. Like that didn't really impress me. But this one, it looked like legit, and it looked really well made. What are your thoughts on that?
I watched the trailer. I think I'm a little poisoned by like not caring about campaign mode,
right?
Call of Duty or Battlefield. So I'm just a little burnt out on that. So I didn't really think much of it. I just kind of, let's get through this.
Sure, gotcha. Yeah, I would absolutely check out the campaign for this one though, because like, I mean, it just looked like it had a good story. I was like, oh, this looks fun. What else? Neo 3, we got a release date for that, 2/6/26. Crimson Desert, we also got a release date for that, 3/19/26. It's gonna be crazy. Like this is, and then with GTA coming out sometime real close to that too. Like it's insane, because then it was like, what was it? Code Vein 2, 1/30/26. So the first quarter of next year is gonna be crazy. So yeah, a lot of games coming out. They did announce Microsoft Flight Simulator coming to PlayStation sometime in December 8th, 2025, with VR support somewhere down the line. That's pretty cool. As you know, it always surprises me when we see these Microsoft games showing up, getting announced for PlayStation. Still, you know, even after, you know, we've seen it a bunch now, but I'm always like, this is a big deal. So, I never really had any desire to check out the Flight Simulator. You get in there, fly a plane or something?
No, I've not played it myself, but I've had somebody like show me how it works with the whole, like, the real world is in there. That's kind of crazy.
It is. Yeah, during the Tokyo Game Show showcase, they're like, here, now you could fly to Japan, and like it's like the whole like world is fully fleshed out in there. It's crazy how they do that stuff. What else? Halloween got a release date, which I thought was hilarious. It was September 8th, 2026. I mean, it's almost a full year away. What? Why even show that?
You know, why not bring it out on Halloween if we know a year in advance?
Yes. I mean, that's the name of the game. Maybe people want to be like, have it ready and play it ahead of time. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Zero Parades for Dead Spies. This was revealed. This is the new game from the Disco Elysium folks. It's a CRPG just like them. That's going to be out sometime in 2026. So that one was a big deal for people that are a fan of that genre. That's pretty much all the big things. Let It Die Inferno. I know you're a fan of the Let It Die universe. So this, you could get back in there. This was like a roguelike, right?
Yes. So this will be back to the way that the first one was, which is the one that I liked. That recent thing they came out with was like
weird.
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah, very different style of game.
Yeah, this one, it's got a PvEVP mode, but it's like, action roguelike. It looked really cool. I've never really played any of that series, but that one, it looked fun. And then they just announced like a God of War controller, and I think it's $85, which is crazy for a controller. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
like, I don't know. Like you could get it in like $40 on sale usually at some places. I don't need a Kratos controller for $85.
And I mean, honestly, it doesn't look that special, but I
No.
wish they would have, if they did the whole console bundle, maybe it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And I could see people that are like super fans of that series that just want to have it. Good for you. But when I saw that price point, I'm like, you're no way. And then wireless speakers. They showed off these Pulse wireless speakers. Looked very cool. No price, no release for that, but they're called like Pulse Elevate. Sometime in 2026 for those. But yeah, some good stuff. Oh, and they also did announce, which we'll touch on real fast, the PlayStation Plus announcement for that or next month. Alan Wake 2, Cocoon, and Goat Simulator 3 are going to be the new games for, what month is that? October 7th. Those will come out. And they also announced that The Last of Us 2 will be brought back into the extra catalog, and then Tekken 3, Soul Calibur 3, and Tomb Raider Anniversary are going to be added to the classics catalog. So that was part of their showcase there. So yeah, Alan Wake 2, that's exciting. I got to finish the first one, and then
Goat Simulator. You're gonna play 1 and 2 before you go to 3.
Is there a, like, how does this work? I know there was weird like numbering, wasn't there?
There might have been like a 2.5 or something strange in the middle there.
My son did really enjoy. We played Goat Simulator. I don't know which one on Game Pass, and he thought it was the silliest, craziest thing. Which so we'll check.
It is a fun sandbox.
All right, and now let's move things over to the Xbox world. So the Tokyo Game Show took place, and Xbox had a showcase there. Their big thing was they showed Forza Horizon 6 was announced, and it will be located in Japan, released sometime in 2026. They didn't show much. They just kind of showed Japan, really, just like kind of a little teaser. But they put out a little quote that says, "For a long time, Japan has been top of Horizon fans' wish list, so we're excited to finally be bringing this much requested location to players in Forza Horizon 6. Japan has such a unique culture, from cars to music to fashion, that make it perfect for the next Horizon setting. As with any Horizon title, we want to make sure we do the country justice in terms of authentic representation and Horizon open world playability, and now is the right time to realize that fully for players." So, yeah, that'll be cool. The last Forza, what was that? That was Hawaii, was the last one?
That's how where it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I played it and I don't know.
Yeah, it was cool. But Japan's going to be awesome. I'm excited to check that out.
Yeah. That's a really good marketing idea to wait until Tokyo Game Show to release this and like the setting release.
Absolutely. Because then right after that, they showed some Call of Duty Black Ops 7 multiplayer maps that are going to be set in Japan as well. So they're really making a push. Xbox has always been the bottom in Japan compared to Nintendo and Sony, and it seems like they're definitely like making a push to kind of get more of that player base. So that's pretty cool. What else? Bruce Lee is going to be added to Hitman World of Assassination as Hitman's partner.
Yeah, a whole celebrity assassin DLC, which sounds pretty cool. I mean, I don't know who else will be there. Maybe John Wick shows up. That'd be cool.
Oh, maybe John Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I could just see like the board meeting where they're like, "Listen, all right, we're trying to get fans in Japan. Give me 3 things. All right, Forza Horizon, yes. Black Ops 6, yes, or whatever. Bruce Lee. Everybody, Japanese people love Bruce Lee. It's like, let's put him in." It was just like, I thought it was interesting.
Colonel Sanders. They love KFC. That's a Christmas tradition in Japan.
Really? Man, so do I. Some other little things that Ninja Gaiden, they did show some of the new Ninja Gaiden gameplay. It looks fantastic. Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly is getting a remake. This is a 2003 PlayStation 2 game that I never played, which is now getting a new game. You ever play these Fatal Frame games? It's like they had the like you had to take pictures.
No.
Yeah, they were interesting. They were, again, very spooky. It was right around the Silent Hill, like, boom, Resident Evil, like where these games were on everybody's minds. So yeah, that was pretty much it announced for that showcase. One thing that they did add at Tokyo Game Show, it wasn't part of that showcase, but we did see a trailer for OD, which is the Kojima game where it's from Xbox Studios. He's teaming up with Jordan Peele for some sort of spooky thing, but they showed this trailer. It's called Knock, and it's like a teaser trailer. There's no gameplay or anything, but it's just showing off the engine, Unreal Engine 5, and it looks awesome. And it's definitely showing some PT vibes. Very, like, it's got that spooky kind of thing. So yeah, it was cool to see that there's actually progress on this, because I don't know. I kept thinking, I'm like, there's between this and Fizzint and like Metal Gear and Death Stranding, I'm like, he's never gonna do like another game. And then we got this trailer, so at least there's something happening, you know?
Yeah.
What'd you think of this one?
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of horror movies, or horror movies, horror games in general. A little bit of a slow trailer for us. So, yeah, I don't know. I figured it was perfect for you with Year October, but I don't think this is a game I'd be playing.
Listen, let's go to the heart of the matter here. What do you got against these horror movies and horror games? You just don't like to be spooked? You don't like scary stuff?
No, it's just, I'm not scared by the concepts that they try to push through, so it's usually, it always comes down to jump scares, and there's only so many times you can watch jump scares and be scared. Gotcha. Otherwise, when it comes to the monsters, I feel like I'm always looking, I'm taking a critical look at what the monster looks like in those little 5-frame reveals that they show you sometimes, and it always looks like the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen.
All right, I gotcha. There's a lot of really great, like, horror. I mean, there's a lot of great horror games out there. There's a lot of great horror movies out there, too, that you really should just be watching.
No, I do watch some. I recently watched, like, The Monkey or something.
Oh, okay. That one was fun.
So I am more of a fan when at least they got, like, gore, creative gore scenes. Sure. That's, it's not scary, but it's entertaining.
Yeah. You got to watch Weapons. Did you see Weapons yet?
I did. Just the other day.
Wow. What'd you think of that one?
Remind me what it was. I know I saw it, but...
all the kids go missing.
Yeah, in the basement of the house.
No spoilers.
With the girl from...
from...
my bad. Straight up. Shit.
That
Ozark.
Ozark, yes. What'd you think of that one?
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
High praise.
I had questions. I had questions as far as like the plot and why people were having dreams about things that didn't seem to. Yeah, that part didn't make any sense.
So
yeah. See, that's the problem. I do, and that's why I don't like a lot of these horror games and movies.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll move on. Sinners. Did you watch Sinners? Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay, that's probably my favorite one from this year. So check that one out. This is your new homework for next week, or at least the end of the year. But yeah, I'm excited for OD. I'm excited for more stuff once we finally get maybe some gameplay, get an idea of what exactly it is, if it's going to come out. But yeah, it's just like, from someone who played PT multiple times, I really want something from Kojima that does that sort of thing. I mean, he said that he is like, okay, this is from, it says, Kojima revealed that the studio is scanning spooky real-world locations for the game. He said, I want to go all over the world where there are scary places. I want to scan a ghost for the first time, and I want to get an award for that. So this dude's out there trying to scan ghosts to put in his game. He's taking this very seriously.
Okay.
So yeah. If you got any ghosts out there, let Kojima know. He'll scan them into the game. All right, and the last thing from Xbox, the ROG Xbox Ally is up for pre-order, and we got the prices finally. So the ROG Xbox Ally X, it's the ultimate high-performance handheld built for the most demanding players. $999.99, and then the ROG Xbox Ally, The essential handheld for everyone from the casual player to the avid enthusiast, $599.99. So, yeah, you can, with these, you can launch directly into the Xbox full screen experience, powered by Windows 11, inspired by the console user experience. There's a dedicated Xbox button that opens up an enhanced game bar overlay, making it easy to get in and out of the games. And then your aggregated gaming library gives you quick access to games from Xbox Game Pass and installed games from Battle.net and other leading PC stores. So that's pretty cool. But is it worth a G? What do you think?
Right. Man, it really comes down to how badly you want to game on a handheld. Because $1,000 will buy you a pretty decent gaming PC for a much better experience in a lot of cases. I don't know about the 600. Then you're probably at like a competitive level with a $600 PC. It may even be a slightly better experience. But these things, are you able to dock these things?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know about these ones. I would imagine so. I think for all of them you can, because it is just like an audio video cable basically into, your television.
At least an HDMI out or something like that to play on a bigger screen with a Bluetooth controller if you wanted to.
Yeah,
I think in that case it might be worth it, because then you're basically sitting there with a $1,000 PC that's not quite going to perform as well as a $1,000 PC on a larger screen, however you want to play. I think it's really cool that they are integrating the multiple store platforms. It doesn't have to be this competition where you can only play hours, or else you got to jump through all these hoops. And this is how I would hope the next Steam Deck, or maybe even just an update for the current Steam Deck, would be integrate Game Pass. I mean, people are still buying the hardware. They're still going to use the Steam Store, but they would have easy access to Game Pass, Epic Game Store, and however you choose to play. I think after this, new handhelds are going to have to allow you to do that to be competitive.
Yeah, I agree. It is such a pain when you can't. I get Steam's whole thing. It's Linux based. It's different, and it is very competitive, especially with everybody having a launcher now. So yeah, that idea where I don't know, do you still have to do the launcher system for these games? Or is it going to go right into there? It has that built in, the aggregated gaming library. But if I click on something, am I going to be routed then to Epic to then open this game? I don't know how it works. And that's what I really want to see. I want to see the performance on this thing. So it launches on October 16th. So yeah, I mean, I want to see it. I want to see how quick it is, how good it looks, what the battery life is. I really need some reviews on this thing, because this is the handheld PC console era is happening. And right now the prices for them are very, very high. But I mean, the amount of game time I get out of my Steam Deck, which I got the base model Steam Deck when it came out, the LCD display, low memory. I don't know. I play more on my Steam Deck, just PC, random indie PC games, simulator games, than I do on either of my consoles. So it's I'm absolutely getting my money's worth, and then some. I could see putting $1,000 investment into this and having being able to play AAA games on it, which I can't do now. There are a handful of AAA games I could play on the Steam Deck, but most of the time they run very poorly. So if there is an upgrade available, and this is it, where I could play awesome, if I could play Battlefield on this, or something, and it runs smoothly, $1,000, easy $1,000 is totally worth it. But yeah, I really want to see what it can do.
Yeah, and then that's close to the point. Another point that I have, because we already know that a gaming PC, when you're piecing parts together, you can replace the parts. So you want to upgrade, you can upgrade. This is a lesser version of that. You can maybe throw some more storage in there, but I think that's about all you can do.
Sure.
So the question is kind of, how long will you be able to play those AAA games? Is this going to get you the next 5 years of gaming comfortably, or 3 years of gaming, and then you start to see that these things you kind of have to neuter your experience to To play the games, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's kind of what happened. Like when I initially bought my Steam Deck, what was it about 5 years now, maybe? Um, there were still, you could play some of those games, the AAA games on it. They were coming out now. Like the newer games, um, they're very very rare to be able to get in there and do that. So um, yeah, like right now, I think the Steam Deck is on sale. Like the base model is on sale for just over $300, which is crazy to me. That like I don't know what. It's just old if they're just trying to get rid of it or whatever. But like, I'm like, should I order another one just in case mine breaks? Like, that's a great price. But no, I think the next one I'll get will be an upgrade, something like the ROG Ally or something.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, like, what's your upgrade path from here once you decide that you can't really deal with the Steam Deck anymore? Would it be the next iteration of the Steam Deck, assuming one's out, or would this be like a new default? Or we did see like that there are 1,000 different handhelds out there, like Windows 11 running handhelds, and we don't talk about any of them because there are 1,000 of them.
Exactly, and none of them really can compare from what I've heard. For me personally, like I've never been a PC gamer before. I've only been a Steam gamer. So I have, 500 games in my Steam library that are, if I could play them easily from the ROG Ally, then maybe that opens up a whole new world for me, like you said. But like, if not, then I get the Steam OLED or the OLED Steam Deck until Steam Deck 2 gets announced somewhere down the line,
I think that's interesting to me that's a distinction now, that you said you've never been a PC gamer, only a Steam gamer, when those two were synonymous for the longest time.
Yeah.
Now it means something different. So I guess, I always considered you a PC gamer since getting the Steam Deck. Even when you have a gaming PC, if you don't have the new enough everything and high enough specs, you don't have access to the full catalog of everything ever made. So I always saw it as like one and the same, but I guess it is like there are Steam gamers, PC gamers, console gamers.
Yeah, because there were a couple games. There was a game that I really was interested in. It was called Witchfire, and it was an Epic Games exclusive, and it finally did come out on Steam not too long ago. But I was like, I can't play it. Like, I can't, because I only have, the Steam Deck. So, like, same like at Fortnite. I can't play Fortnite because it's not available through Steam. So it's like, there is that distinction where, like, there are certain games that I might be able to, if I was able to jump through some hoops, download some things onto the Steam Deck. But, like, for me, like, again, I have a backlog of 500 Steam games and that's not counting Game Pass that I have, or PlayStation Plus that I have, which has thousands more games on there. It's like, I'm good on games. If it's not easy for me to get into there and play it, then it doesn't matter to me, So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm excited to see, this is probably the biggest one to come out. And we've seen the ROG things they've had before, and they look great. Everything looks great. I am interested to see how the whole integration system works, playing Game Pass and stuff. Because there's a lot of games in Game Pass I'd be perfectly happy to just be able to one click, bam, you're in the game type situation, handheld. So yeah, we'll see. All right, next up, we got some pretty crazy news. So let's talk about $50 billion, first of all. $50 billion is how much the EA buyout that is being speculated by the Wall Street Journal might cost. So it's a group of investors, real quality folks too. The top-notch people here. Silver Lake, it's a private equity firm, Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, and little baby Jared Kushner looking to buy Electronic Arts for $50 billion and take it private. what are your thoughts on this this whole thing?
I mean, seems great. What could ever go wrong when you have a media company putting out what should be like interesting messages that could be critical of the government and world governments, and it's owned by the son-in-law of Donald Trump, with backing from Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia. What could go wrong?
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it sounds great. Um, the whole thing is weird. So it is also a leveraged buyout, which I was trying to learn exactly what that meant. And it's something about them like your debt is counted into that. So they're looking at all of the debt that Electronic Arts has. They're using that to leverage the sale, basically counting that against them, saying your company is worth this amount because of all your debt. We'll pay this. The bank's going to pay this. So it's not a huge sum that needs to come out of the pockets of the investors. So it's real weird. Now, EA is still a publicly traded company. It does have a board of investors and people that are, that this would need to get approval from. But I mean, if they're talking $50 billion, that's well over what their investment is, especially when you take that debt into account. That frees them up from, all that potential debt that, or even like EA, like going under in a world right now where we're constantly hearing about these shops, just closing up. This would save them, so the whole thing is weird. I don't know what it means for anything that EA puts out. If this is the group that has a say in that, like, sure. I mean, you got Battlefield 6 coming out. I think that like FC, the soccer game, those are the really things that they want, my thought is that this is like them trying to, so there needs to be a reason for them to want this thing. EA is floundering, tons of debt. What could they possibly profit this from? I'm thinking you lay off everybody at EA, lean heavily into AI, and then just sell tons of microtransactions in FC, the sports games, like all that stuff, and just just profit from that. Bring back loot crates, because there's
Sure.
What, I don't know, like what is the ultimate goal from this? So,
well, I think you also sanitize the content so that it's more acceptable in certain markets of the world, and then you push for people in those markets of the world to have access to it. Right?
Yeah. Like what is the next Sims going to look like? Just the women just staying in the house, never don't leave the kitchen.
I was thinking the next Star Wars Battlefront, but the Emperor's not that bad of a guy. You ever hear what he really had to say?
Yeah, he's cool. Or even the next Battlefield, what's that going to be? Who knows, man? Like it's scary to even think. But yeah, this is all brand new, just announced the other day. There's no real confirmation from anybody regarding it, so we will definitely keep reporting on it as we get more information. But it's pretty crazy stuff. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. All right, back to fun stuff though. Palworld, even through all the legal turmoil, they're coming out with new games. A spinoff to Palworld called Pal Farm was announced. Now this is more of a cozy game. It doesn't have like, you're not eating the pals in this one. You're using them to help grow your farm. And there are raids still. Did you watch the trailer for this?
Yeah.
Okay. You've played more Palworld than I. I need to know for a second. I'm watching it with my son, and we're like, oh, this is really cute. All the pals are doing their thing. And then some terrifying guy with some creepy smile starts playing like Russian roulette. And I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
Oh, it's on brand. Yeah. Well, I think that is like a general, I think it was like one of the traders that you just kind of find out in the world. If not, then he's one of the like bad guys who just shows up generic kind of, is what I call him. But yeah, I think the overall game will be much darker than that, with a lot more of that, and probably still arms manufacturing and stuff. I think this trailer is a little tongue-in-cheek because of the cozy games atmosphere.
Okay. Yeah, so it looked good. My 7-year-old son, he's into it, but at the end, I was like, I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see on this one. He does play Palworld, so it's fine. But yeah, I thought it was interesting, and people are even pulling out comparisons. They're saying like what is it, Pokopia or whatever was the Pokemon farming game that was just announced, and they're like already like accusing them of stealing the idea, and then they're like, oh yeah, like we could. I think Pocket Pair said like, yeah, like we could create a game in like a week or whatever. It was something like real sarcastic, he said. But yeah, interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, this one, I'll be instantly buying this game as soon as it comes out. I'm into the cozy games. I'm into a parody of the cozy games too. Palworld did a really good job with their monster catcher game, so I expect good things out of this.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun, and they just keep going. I watched like we talked about it last week, how they're coming out with the 1.0 version of Palworld sometime in the future, and I watched the head of Pocket Pair talking about it, and how like they've broken off into they have these smaller studios that are making like other games because of the PPP, which is their publishing studio. And I was like, yeah, man, they're putting out good stuff. I really wish them the best as far as this lawsuit goes, and hope that they don't get another lawsuit because of this game. But we'll see. And then also about Palworld, they just announced a very strange collaboration with I think it's like a 5-year-old first-person shooter game called Ultra Kill, where they're going to be bringing Ultra Kill's gear and weapons added into the Palworld game. There was just a tweet that they put out, no real information about when this is going to happen or what, but I just like, I don't know where their head's at, but I like it. They're just doing weird shit.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Ultra Kill.
Yeah,
but
I had to look it up on Steam afterwards, and I'm just like, okay, this is let me see. It's from 2020, so it's only I guess it was like 5 years, but it's a boomer shooter, fast-paced boomer shooter, and now their guns are going to be in Palworld. So very cool stuff. I like what Palworld's doing. All right, that is everything. Anything else that we missed? It was a busy week.
Yeah, long episode. I think we better leave it at that.
Perfect. Yes, already I have to figure out a way to get all the video content into this, so which is going to be lots of fun. All right, thank you so much for checking out this episode of Gaming News Weekly. Make sure to the hard work I'm going to put into getting that video content you want to see. So go to YouTube, find the video there. It's at Pop Culture Playground. It's the name of the channel. Subscribe there, and you could see all the trailers for all the games that we're talking about. If you only do podcasts on the go and you can't use your eyeballs, or if you have some sort of if you're blind, I don't know, you just don't even care about videos, check us out anywhere podcasts are found. You can just type in GNW and you will get this show. Absolutely make sure you subscribe there so that you'll have that show downloaded to your gadget, ready to go. See how I said gadget? That was weird. I don't know. Is that what we're calling like phones and listening devices these days?
We should.
That make me sound...
The Go-Go Gadget smartwatch.
Ooh, yeah. Made us sound really old, but it's cool. We're gonna make it ours. Gadget is a thing. We're bringing it back for the people. And then maybe we'll still do TikTok. I don't know. It's gonna be just like a weird MAGA propaganda thing, I feel, coming up. So I don't know. We'll see where that goes. We'll let you know. Maybe if we lean into that, we go full, and they'll promote us more, and that's how we get our following.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows? We'll see. We'll see how it works. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But that's all I got. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.